my name is Jolie Chabala, and my title is Program Coordinator of Bananas Foster.
So can you tell me about Bananas Foster?
Of course. So Bananas Foster is the official 501c3 nonprofit of the Savanah Bananas. The Savanah Bananas are really taking the world by storm right now. If you haven't seen their videos on TikTok or Instagram, I don't know that you have TikTok or Instagram. They're very popular. And they're all based around fun, right? They make baseball fun. And so Emily and Jesse, the owners of the Bananas, when they first started the Bananas, they wanted one to make baseball fun, and two, they wanted to put fans first. And by bringing fans first, they thought, well, that's going to bring families together. So their goal at the end of the day was a fans first organization that brought families and brought people together. And so Emily and Jesse, they started this whole organization. It's really kind of taken off. We don't play baseball. We play something called banana ball, which has its own 9 rules. We have 2 teams, the Savanah Bananas and the Party Animals, and the teams have, been playing all over from Las Vegas to Nashville. Right now we're in our 2023 World Tour. So super excited about all of that. But Emily and Jesse, not only are they owners of the Bananas, but they are also foster parents. So they have seen firsthand at really the struggles of the foster care community and what the community faces from all aspects, from the foster families to the birth families to the court system, the social workers, the nonprofits. I mean, everybody really has their ups and downs in this community. And so once the Bananas were starting to really take off, Emily's dream was to start a nonprofit and to give back to the foster care community that they are involved in. So her dream was to create Bananas Foster. And it was actually Jesse who named Bananas Foster. The two of them were going back and forth on, okay, so we're going to start a nonprofit, but what's it called? And how do we keep it on brand with everything that the Bananas are, where it's fun and entertaining and exciting? And it kind of just hit Jesse like a light bulb. And he just said, Bananas Foster. And it honestly was like magic. The two of them knew right away that this was going to be something incredible and a new chapter to the story of Banana Land. So they were pretty excited as to see that take off. Bananas Foster is bringing families together. And how do we do that is by celebrating the foster care community while educating and inspiring others. So the 3 key words out of that are celebrate, educate, and inspire. So all of our programs with our organization go back to celebrating the foster care community or educating and inspiring others to get involved.
What inspired you to be a part of the mission?
Yeah, I was a Bananas fan since they started the team. I remember my first time in Grayson Stadium was a Savannah Sand Gnat game. And I remember I was just like, this is just normal baseball. It's just minor league. It's not anything fun. And then I remember I got a call from my mom and she said that the Sand Gnats are now the Bananas. And I was like, genius. I was like, oh, that was like, that's so clever. It's cool. It's different. It's exciting. So I was a fan since day one. And I came to games. I always saw them do the banana baby, and they have a drink here called the slippery banana, which was like my favorite cocktail. And, the tickets that we had as a family, I was always so excited and really the first one to jump at the opportunity to come to a game. And really, so, I was a fan since day one with the Bananas. And I always knew I wanted to work for the organization. I just didn't know what my skills and what I could bring to the table for them. They had a position that opened up on their ticket team. And so I applied for that. And met Marie, who is the Fans First director. She's incredible. She's really great with the team culture. The two of us really hit it off. And part of your interview with the Bananas, they do something called a future resume, where you look to the future and what that looks like for you. So instead of looking at like what you've done in the past, they want to know, what are your aspirations? What do you see yourself doing in the future? And I put down that I was going to, work for the Bananas for a few years. And then after 2 or 3 years, I would be the first community director with the Savanah Bananas, where I would start a nonprofit 501c3 that was based around what the Bananas wanted it to be around. And fast forward, tickets was just not the right avenue for me, and really respected that decision from them. But Marie passed on my information to Emily and just said she really fits our mold, and I think she could be really great for the nonprofit. And so the nonprofit came to mind, and Emily and I started a conversation. And in that conversation, she told me her dream, and that she imagined the wait list that we have of families and people to see the Savanah Bananas are now a wait list of the thousands of foster families. She just said, imagine if everybody who's on the wait list for Savanah Bananas tickets are now on a wait list to be a foster family. And that moment, it, like, to this day, it still gives me goosebumps, because now children will not only have a home to go to, but they'll be placed in a home that's suitable for them. So a child who is English second language, Spanish speaking, is now placed in a home that speaks Spanish and is placed in an environment that is not only suitable for them, but supports them and allows them to grow in ways that they couldn't grow in their biological family. So once she told me that, I was hooked. I mean, my journey with foster care is, I'm a type 1 diabetic. Having children, biological children, might be difficult for me and my husband. So we always talked about other options instead of having biological children. We could do foster care, we could do adoption through foster care, we could just adopt. And so as soon as I touched base with Emily on that, the cause of foster care just really hit home for me. And that's really what started the journey to get here, was that initial conversation with her to say, here's the dream. We need you to make it happen, you to bring it to light. And, obviously my love for this organization and this team, but also my love for the dream of having a wait list of foster families and having children go to loving and supportive homes, no matter where they are, no matter their background or their trauma. It's truly a dream come true to see Bananas Foster come to light.
So I was looking on the website, the Savanah Bananas website, and I saw the schedule, and it's almost sold out everywhere you go. So
Yeah.
with having that big platform and message, how important is it to get the nonprofit's message not only to Savanah but nationwide?
We are not limiting ourselves. The goal of Bananas Foster is to really have its roots here in Savanah and in Chatham County. The number that we have is 100. If we could get 100 families in Chatham County, where Savanah is, it's really like Savanah, Tybee, Pooler, anyway, Chatham County. If we get 100 families to sign up as foster families in Chatham County, after that 100 families, we will have a wait list for foster families. And so that's my goal locally, is to get 100 families to sign up and be a foster family in Chatham County. After that, I mean, we plan on taking Bananas Foster on the road with us and celebrating foster families and foster care organizations throughout the United States and on our journey. This year, of course, launching in the middle of our season while games are sold out and we're limited on our ticket count. It's a little bit harder for us to do these celebrations and to really bring entire communities out. But that doesn't mean that for 2024 that we can't do that. So this year we're limited on the amount of celebrations we can have. But that doesn't mean that people can't get involved. Really, we encourage all of our fans, no matter where they come from, that they can get involved in the foster care community. It does not have to be here in Savannah. You could be in Arizona or California or New York. You can be in any of these places, and we will connect you to nonprofits and foster care organizations in your area and make sure that you can make a difference right where you are. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to pick up or move to Savannah. We'll make it happen, and hopefully that you can make an impact in your own home.
What initiatives do you want to see for your first full season in 2024 with the nonprofit?
So first season, and first full season, I guess we'll consider 2023 as like our first season, but of course we're like halfway or a little over halfway with our season. So it'll be a little difficult to like measure or to say that we did it. Honestly, like the biggest thing at the beginning right now is the fact that we're just live. We're launched. Yeah. And so now we can go to games. The next stretch of our games will be in Indianapolis, Akron, Ohio, North Carolina. So we're excited to take Bananas Foster on the road, celebrate a couple families out there, work with some organizations to put one of our programs are called Potassium Care Baskets. So we're excited to work with some organizations out in Ohio to put some baskets together for local foster families and really kind of test this on the road. So really, our main goal for 2023 was just get it launched, right? Get the word out there and start making a difference. So big check mark on that. I would definitely think that one is probably scratched off our list. But for 2024, that's when we're really going to dive in and start to look at, okay, how can we get families to sign up as a foster family? And of course, we understand that not everybody can be a foster family or be a foster caregiver. We certainly understand that, but just also getting the word out there that there are other ways that you could get involved. You can volunteer your time. You can donate supplies and goods. So there's a lot of foster care organizations that collect school supplies, right? Right now we're almost into July, so in the height of summer, but school season is right around the corner, and there are going to be foster kids who go to school without a backpack, without a pen, without a pencil. So knowing that there are donation centers and there are places around you that you could donate your stuff. Obviously donating financially. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so all of our donations are tax deductible or tax exempt, but there are other nonprofits that could also use your funds as well. There's a lot of nonprofits that really need sponsorships or other types of financial donations. So just knowing that you could always give your money, if that's all that you can do, giving $50, $100. If you're a large corporation, talk about larger amounts, but knowing that there are organizations that are going to be using that to enhance their mission and really make a difference in the foster care community. So that's how we ask our fans, and how we really base our success is going to be off of those 4 ways of donating your time, donating your goods, donating your funds, and then of course the biggest ask, which is donating yourself and becoming a foster family. So in our first year, I mean, we did it. We're a success. We launched, we're public and we're live. But looking at it for 2024, we're going to be measuring our success on how many foster families can we get signed up in Chatham County or all over the United States, right? Maybe we have a fan out in Arizona who is just really inspired by our story. And so let's get them to be a foster family. Let's connect them with the right organization and get them signed up. So that's how we'll measure our success next year, is just based on how many donations, how many ways can our fans get involved.
With nonprofits, there's so much work before you go live. How does it feel to be live?
Oh my God. Honestly, I don't want to say weight, but a weight off my shoulder. The fact that we are live. So I did all the 1023 filing paperwork to be an official 501c3 nonprofit by the IRS. And, you know, of course, we're so grateful to the organizations and to the IRS for allowing us to expedite our process. You know, we had to do the writing and of course, you know, send notes and just check in every once in a while. But we're super grateful. It's weird to say, but like, I am so grateful to the IRS for allowing our application to be expedited and to get that approval, because there are tons of organizations that are waiting for that status and waiting for their response. So very grateful to the IRS for you know, pushing our application through and getting us our status in the quickest amount of time in their eyes. And so, you know, waiting for that was our biggest thing. And then once we got that, now it was like, okay, we have to build a website. Now we have to think of marketing. We also have to work with other nonprofits. Our goal at Bananas Foster is not to reinvent the wheel. So we are not licensing foster families. We are not opening up a donation center. We are not asking for volunteers to come out to games and volunteer at games. That's not what we are looking for. What we are looking for is our educational partnerships with other nonprofits to help encourage volunteers with their organization. So, just as an example, we work really closely with our local CASAs. CASAs are court appointed support advocates. And so when a child enters foster care, there usually is a CASA that is assigned to their case and make sure that the child is getting all the needs through DFACS, but is also getting visitation with their family, getting the proper needs from their foster family. They're getting their doctor's appointments. So just making sure that the child is being accounted for and also represented in court. CASAs will go to court and testify on behalf of the children and what the children's needs look like. And it's something seriously to consider, but all CASAs are volunteers. So it's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy. But it is a way that you can make an impact on not only a child, but make a huge impact on the foster care community. So anyway, we work really closely with our local Savanah CASAs. And so anytime somebody reaches out and they say, I'm really inspired by the foster care community and I want to get involved, I immediately refer them to being a CASA. I'm a CASA myself, so I know what it's like to work a full-time job. Also, you know, control my social life, but also be there and advocating for a foster family and a foster child in need. So, or child in care. So it's an incredible organization, but like I said, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel of foster care, and we're just trying to allow people to know that there are ways to get involved and there are organizations that need your help. And so this is the best way to do it. So really, long story short, it feels amazing to be launched. The process was a long time, but super grateful and excited to officially have the word out there and now make a difference in the foster care community.
What are some of the things you've learned from Emily and Jesse?
Oh gosh, I've learned so much from the two of them. Honestly, like as I said, I was a big banana fan. So of course I read Jesse's books. Jesse has 3 books. He has Finding Your Yellow Tux, Fans First, and Banana Ball. Emily also has a book, but it's a children's book. I have read that book. It's very, very cute. It's great for children. But I was just in awe of not only their organization, right? Not only the Bananas, was I in awe and inspired by what they created and the dream that they came to life, but I was inspired by their story as foster parents, their story as husband and wife. You know, they're in a relationship. And to see what a healthy and established relationship looks like between the two of them while also being business partners. they
Right.
both they both own the Bananas. It is Emily and Jesse Cole. So to see that relationship and to work around it is really a love story. It's not just a love story for the game of baseball, but it's a love story between the two of them. So working with them it's a very inspirational environment. And I'm a big auditory person and I like face-to-face
Yeah.
conversations. I mean, Zooms are great too. But I love a good face-to-face conversation. So my favorite thing is when I get to see Emily and I get to see Jesse. And even if it's a 5-minute brainstorm or a 5-minute, just here's everything in my brain, I'm just going to throw it at you. Let's do it. Like there's nothing that speaks volumes to me than your time and energy in person. So it's been nothing short of an inspiration to work with both of them. They are incredible humans. They've obviously are on the right track and building something that is the sports industry and take over Banana Ball. So it's really inspirational and it's a I keep saying like it's a dream. It's a dream for them to start this nonprofit. It's a dream for Jesse to create Banana Ball and to work in Banana Land. And it's a dream for me to work in a really inspirational environment like this.